Today, let's go over Rey as a character in Star Wars Episode 9. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, the biggest thing about Episode 9, the biggest question and mystery of all, is exactly what's going to happen with the Skywalker lightsaber. We've seen the events unfold in The Last Jedi, in which we do see the traditional iconic lightsaber that once belonged to Anakin and his son Luke split in half from that forced duel between both Rey and Kylo in Snoke's throne room. And this left a lot of us wondering, including myself, as to exactly what's going to happen in Episode 9 when it comes to Rey's lightsaber, specifically Anakin's lightsaber. Is she going to repair it and she'll actually just have a single blade? Well, let's say if she's not able to put that blade back together again. What if we actually get the concept of a double-bladed lightsaber in Star Wars Episode 9? In a sense, to me, I think it would be quite fitting in a way, because the first episode, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, gave us the debut of a double-bladed lightsaber by Darth Maul. Why not close it with Episode 9, having a double-bladed lightsaber as well? Create a little parallel there in a sense, where the first film of the Skywalker saga has a double blade, and so does the last film of the Skywalker saga. Rey and Darth Maul. I think it would be very fitting. But looking at exactly what she could do to develop her very own lightsaber, I think that she's going to use her components, the components of her staff, and essentially finding different kyber crystals and developing the interiors of the lightsaber. And this is exactly why I'm bringing this up, is because in Episode 9, we could very well see these parallels to where Luke Skywalker in the original trilogy goes to Tatooine twice in that trilogy. In the first one, in A New Hope, he lives on Tatooine. We see him, doing his thing on there, as a kid, as a 19-year-old, of course, doing his thing, living his life, dreaming about getting off that rock. And he eventually does. Obi-Wan Kenobi, essentially persuades him to become a Jedi, just like his father before him. He leaves and returns, in the events of Return of the Jedi, to save his buddy Han Solo from Jabba the Hutt in Jabba's palace. So, could we very well see a parallel to this of when Rey goes back to Jakku, for whatever reason it may be? But even all the more interesting, what about this? What if she goes back to the planet of Ahch-To? Very much like how Luke Skywalker goes to Dagobah in Empire, and then goes back to Dagobah in Return of the Jedi briefly, just before Yoda's death. So how about we have Rey going all the way back to Ahch-To, finding that red kyber crystal necklace that's hanging actually inside of his hut. And yes, it was there in case you guys didn't see a glimpse of it. And then also, maybe she goes into Luke Skywalker's X-Wing, which I believe houses the original green lightsaber that Luke developed on Tatooine and used against his own father, Darth Vader, just before Vader sacrificed himself to save his own son, Luke. Now, how cool would it be if she were to combine different colors for a double-bladed lightsaber where it's either red or green, red or blue, or green and blue? I think that would be stunning. Now, in the case if it were red and green, she would have to find that kyber crystal necklace that Luke has in his hut, and also find the kyber crystal that belonged to his original lightsaber. The other one being red and blue, if she extracts the blue cracked kyber crystal from the Anakin Skywalker lightsaber and implants a red one, we could very well see one side as an unstable lightsaber of blue, and the other side as a stable red. And that could very well give us a nice piece of symbolism that maybe Rey is struggling between the light and the dark. And in the case if they were to go with green and blue, this would be perfect symbolism that she actually holds the power of the Skywalkers. She has the Anakin and Luke blue lightsaber kyber crystal, and she also has the green kyber crystal that belonged to Luke's at the very end of Return of the Jedi. And not only this, it would give her a better advantage to go up against Kylo Ren. But to tell you the truth, guys, I really want to see Kylo Ren beat Rey in a lightsaber duel in Star Wars Episode 9. I really want to see a very mighty, powerful, and intimidating Kylo Ren, and I think that's what J.J. Abrams is going to give us. If you guys look at Kylo, in The Force Awakens, he lost against Rey. In The Last Jedi, he somewhat lost against Rey as well in that Force duel. And technically, he even lost against Luke Skywalker. So as a main villain, I really want to see him actually win in a lightsaber duel, or whatever kind of duel it's going to be against one of the main heroes. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.